Okay, it's that Bungo Stray Dogs manga part one will end on chapter 130. All right, and generally speaking, we ain't really gonna talk about the fact that the manga is ending. We're gonna talk about Bungo Stray Dogs as a whole. The world is literally wonderfully set up in these small, divisible groups generally that control almost everything. Okay, so say for example, you've never seen this show, you want to get into it. Let me explain what it's about real quick. So the gray hair boy right there, his name is Atsushi. He's a word tiger, and essentially in Bungo Stray Dogs, I need you guys to remember that they have abilities, but not standard abilities. You don't get the full abilities. You don't get to do whatever you want with it. It's usually a specific quote or line that you can do and activate. If you're a literary head, you notice most of these are about authors, or most of these lines are literally taken from authors and they generate abilities for the person. So our main character was literally kicked out of an orphanage after discovering that he had abilities, and at first he didn't actually know that the person in his dreams that he was running from was actually him the whole time. But who let him understand this was our technically titular main character of the entire series, which is Osamu Dazai. Okay, from the start, let's understand who Osamu is. Osamu is a nihilist. Life has no meaning to it. We're just here. He spun around 1,000 times. These are the type of statements that they make specifically. He also frequently tries to commit because generally speaking, that's the way he views life. And it's a lot of stuff going on deeper, once we get into the story of where he came from. Let's get into that. See, Osamu Dazai used to be an ex-member of the Ops. The Ops for the story, I mean. See, in this story, there's a group called Port Mafia. And the crazy thing about Port Mafia is that Dazai used to technically be a part of them. Now, like I said, Dazai was part of Port Mafia, but he no longer is because he's a part of the detective agency. You'll see why once you actually get through the seasons, because I won't spoil that right here, but I will let you know he used to be a part of the enemy team. The very same enemy team that you will see once you actually watch the show, because they all have crazy abilities. And like I said, the abilities are different. Dazai's ability specifically is called No Longer Human. This ability lets him negate any ability that he touches. So not only is he super immune, like I said, he acts comically lazy and things of that nature, but it's very fascinating once you go back to his Port Mafia days and you look at his attitude versus his attitude right now. It was completely different. And this show has so much substance. If you guys are looking for a show with substance and with a lot of episodes, then tap back into Bungo Stray Dogs, or just tap in if you've never been tapped in.